Yo, listen, I know the talks about last year, you know, how we couldn't fly to England, unfortunately, for wireless. But, man don't care about all that right now, bro, because you know what? We there. Awkward.
What's good, Mind Speakers? If you click this video, you already know what we're getting into. We're finally talking about Drake's new album he released last week, Scorpion. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking me in my comments, review Scorpion, you gotta review Scorpion, you gotta talk about Scorpion. You gotta realize, Drake dropped 2 albums last week. So although I did want to run in here and get all the views and rank high and do my review the day after like a lot of these other YouTubers are doing, I knew that I couldn't ingest all that music and give you a quality review in a day. So I decided to take some time to see what really sits with me, what really sticks, what really I don't listen to, so that way I can give you a review of quality, because here at 20 Days of June, we do quality. Maybe we don't always do first, but we always do quality. And I've been seeing a lot of chatter and people saying that Scorpion is trash, or that it's too long, or it's not cohesive. And at first, I will give it to you that it was overwhelming. You're looking at all these songs, none of the titles ring a bell of what it sounds like in your head. You don't know where you are. It's a lot of music to ingest at once. I will give you that. But once you live with the album, it's not really that much music to ingest, because you know what you like, you know what you don't, you know what to expect. So really, does that even matter? No. I think that the album is perfectly cohesive to me, because the album is perfectly indicative of the Drake brand. When you go and you listen to Drake for 3 reasons. You want to feel something, you want to shake something, or you want to smash something. And he does those 3 things in this album perfectly. This album is literally a perfect poster for his brand, and all 3 of his sounds, he's got them in the album. So I don't see what the problem is. But when you put this much music out, it does force the songs to compete with each other. So I saw a lot of people saying, I'm gonna make my Drake album, these are my top 10, da-da-da. So I prepared my top 10 songs from Drake's Scorpion. Actually, it's a top 11, because I was thinking, you know, if he released 3 songs and I have 11, then I'll be like 14 tracks in total. So this is what my Scorpion would look like. Number 11 is Can't Take a Joke, produced by Noel Cadastre and Mad Max. Now, if you watch my think tank where I reviewed Duppy, I said Drake has got something going on with Kanye. He's trying to dismantle this whole stack of good music corruption. I felt it. I really did feel that there was something going on with Drake and Kanye, and that's why he bypassed Pusha T and Duppy, right? Well, now apparently, according to Joe Budden and other people who've had shit circling around, the truth of the matter is that when Drake was working in Wyoming with Kanye, he played the song March 14th for Kanye. And that's how Kanye knew exactly what was going on with Drake and Sophie and having the baby and everything else. So Kanye is apparently the snake that leaked all that tea to Pusha, so Pusha could put out the story of Adidon. Also, when you listen to Jay Prince interviews, Jay Prince says that he was called by Kanye saying, I don't want this smoke, I'm a family man, like I don't want anything to do with this beef. And here is Drake alluding to having slept with one of the Kardashians. Now, everybody believes it's Kim. I truly believe that Drake smashed Kim. That's me. I ain't got no proof. I don't need proof. I believe it. Absolutely. And that's why he says, Uber X to Hidden Hills, give me something I can feel. If they come to Hidden Hills, then I know they know the deal. We just right there up the road. You can hit it with a stone. I be out here on my own. I'm just trying to set the tone. Everybody knows that Drake lives in Calabasas, like right down the street from Tyga and them. That's why when he had the beef with Tyga, weren't they neighbors? The Kanye clue in that is niggas think they run the town till we run them out of town. Do you remember Run This Town with Kanye and Rihanna? Exactly. And then he says, everything will be okay, man, just stay about my way. I immediately connected to it when I heard it, and it still hasn't worn off for me. Before I knew anything about what the song was about, I just liked it. So that song is dope, especially with the hidden message. And Kim, watch yourself. The next song is Jaded. Now, I always knew what this song was about, but I didn't originally have it on this list. I actually had Nonstop here, because I did like Nonstop because the beat goes so crazy, especially like if you're in a car and you just hear that crazy bass line on Nonstop. And I did want to talk about him saying, I'm light-skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga. That still doesn't explain the Dandy Coon makeup, Drake. I switched Nonstop with Jaded. And Jaded is, of course, from the Smash Something category. It's on side B. You already know what it's given. And apparently it's about his relationship with Georgia Smith. Now, a lot of people didn't know that him and Georgia Smith were together or had something going on during the More lifetime, but I mean, I knew. And Georgia Smith just turned 21, so they had this whole thing when she was 20, 19, and Drake is like 30, so he's older than her. So of course he is jaded, but he's going off in this song like this little girl really hurt his feelings, which is such a Scorpio trait. This album and Control by SZA are both extremely Scorpio albums. Like, you did absolutely no wrong, everybody just exists to hurt you, and this is why you're the victim. That's so Scorpio. And he's just being real mean. Like, you told me about your insecurities for what? Dragged me out like 2 hours to your family's house for what? Said you need some time, but I should stick around for what? Always felt like sticking around is the same as being stuck. And like the guns with the ink in, you're getting under my skin. Pretty Little Young Thing had a nigga convinced, got me too excited. Yeah, you played me, you played me, you played me. Not to make this about astrology, but I looked at Jorja Smith's birthday and she's a Gemini. So yeah, she can be a little evasive. And I see the story right now that she's like, okay, well, like, I'm trying to get my shit together. So like, I see you, what's good? Like, she probably wasn't that phased by the mystique of Drake, and that shit hurt that nigga's feelings is what it sounds like. But it makes for great music. That shit goes hard. Next on the list is Blue Tint, produced by Super Mario and Illmind. And I'm saying the producers because the producers on this album are very important, because the beats on this album are fucking incredible. Whoever's picking his producers or his Rolodex of producers to get music from, or people are just giving him the best, it is crazy. The production really is a standout on why I love this album. Blue Tint doesn't have much lyrical content to me, it's just like a fun pop, and I love hearing Future's voice on it, but what I do love is he says, top of the charts, back in their hearts, which is basically like, great, I got dragged, but once this album is back on the charts, I'm gonna be that nigga again. And that's so crazy that people can think like that, like you're only as good as your latest verse or your latest single or your latest scandal, but that's the truth. The love and the hate, it's all out here for you. Love and smoke equally. So I do love Blue Tint, and that's why I put it number 9. Number 8 is There More, produced by Preem and Wallace Lane. I think I had this higher, but I dropped it because I don't end up listening to it as much. But when I was really listening to Drake talking that crazy shit, when I was really into wanting to get into his mind and wanted to hear his story, this is one of the songs that I was like, wow, this nigga is really like kind of in a dark place. Because my favorite thing about Is There More, and I'm gonna go over a couple of lyrics, but my favorite thing about Is There More is there's no answer. There's no answer. It's like he's asking, I've done everything, but I'm not fulfilled. Like, what else is there? Is there anything else to life? Is there any reason to keep going? It's kind of what he's asking. And there's no answer. And I love that because I kind of feel like sometimes people in higher places or celebrities like to stand on a high horse and talk down. But he's kind of down here with us like, yo, I've done everything and I'm still back where I was. Like, there's nothing here. Which is kind of depressing. And I don't want to think about that as someone with like dreams and aspirations. So keep that shit to yourself for a second, Drake, because that's a little bit darker than what I'm ready for. But let's talk about it. Is there more to life than digits and banking accounts? Is there more to life than saying I figured it out? At the end of it, he just starts snapping and he says, is there more to life than going on trips to Dubai, yachts on the 4th of July, G5 soaring in the skies? Is there more to life than all of these corporate ties and all of these fortunate times and all of these asses that never come in proportionate size? Am I missing something that's more important to find? Like healing my soul, like family time? Is there more than life than just when I'm feeling alive? Is there more? That shit really hit me. Like I was like, damn, I don't know if there's more. I actually don't know if there's more. So that's some heavy shit. Next up is Sandra's Rose, produced by DJ Premier and Manish. I also had this higher, but I dropped it. But we're gonna talk about why. This song really hit me when I first listened to it because of the whole metaphor. It really like goes back into like that early Drake, that poet type thing where he has, my mama had a garden, I was Sandra's rose, that's why they try to pick me off. Roses don't pick themselves, I must be the chosen one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that whole metaphor is crazy and he built a whole song off of it and managed to talk his shit in that. One of my favorite lines, my mother had a flower shop but I was Sandra's rose. 2 girls that I rope like Indiana Jones, I make them hoes walk together like I'm Amber Rose. Head on a swivel, I could shoot but I could never dribble. Life's too short, I gotta get it before they blow the whistle. My uncle tried to change my energy with stones and crystals, but it's gonna take more than that for me to control my issues. My fucking amethyst is sitting right over there. It's sitting right, like you can't see it because I'm not painting the camera over there, but I feel you, Drake. I feel you on that shit. Spoiler alert, the second act is tragic, and everyone that wants the worst for me is asking what happened. Backstabbed so many times I started walking backwards. Like Charlemagne, I seen the light and seen the darkest patches. Everybody probably done heard this shit already, but no one else comes up with clever shit like that. Like, that shit is both funny and deep because if you realize the story, this is a story about him being backstabbed. Like, he shared some personal shit and fucked up, and that shit got turned into a catalyst for beef. Kanye is really looking funny in the light, but Sandra's Rose is definitely 7 for me. Oh, but baby, number 6. Next is After Dark, produced by 40 and Static Major, and it's a smooth R&B record. Gives me real like around like 96, 97. This shit is fire. Ty Dolla $ign deserves all of his props. He's the best feature of 2018. There's literally no contest there. And their voices blend perfectly together. That song was probably the first song that I heard that I was like, oh, like there's not really much lyrical content there for me to describe to you why I love After Dark so much. If you love music, you know why I love After Dark so much, and you also love After Dark that much. So I'm gonna put After Dark at number 6. Number 5 was not so high when I first made this list. I took this album on a road trip. I listened to it 2 hours up and 2 hours back. After the road trip, Final Fantasy ended up on the list. Produced by 40, Jahan Sweet, and Boy Wonder. This song is amazing, and I feel like it's slipping underneath everybody's radar, and I don't know why. And it's my energy, okay? This is why I get called the group thought, all right? V, Alina, Omar, I get it. That's why I'm the group thought. Fine, I'll take it. But let's get into the lyrics. I never really talk about dick that I want to give you or places I want to get to. Neck grab, hair grab, arch back, heart attack, cardiac. I need a nasty like Evil Angel, like Vivid. You know nasty like how they give it. His flow on Final Fantasy to me is one of the craziest on the album. I love his ad-libs, it's not corny to me. That shit is fire. Or when he goes, this ain't like you, this ain't high school. And that little ad-lib where he goes, hi, that shit is fire to me. I'm sorry. And then it turns into a full R&B record, which I'm like, all right, Drake, you got old girl pregnant, but he's given a lot of deep stroke anthems on this. He's trying to make everybody have a little Adonis. So if you don't see Drake's tricks here, I suggest you go down to the drugstore and get some shit and wrap your shit up, because Drake is trying to get you caught up just the way that he got caught up, except you're not rich. So that shit can really fuck up our lives, Drake. Stop with the games. Number 4 is In My Feelings. Now, when I first put this up there, I thought that I was discovering something like, oh, In My Feelings is number 4, like y'all niggas is crazy, but now the In My Feelings challenge, we get it. It's here. First of all, In My Feelings is produced by Black and Mild, Trap Money, Benny, and 40, so let's give them their props for producing this, despite the song just being good. The samples on the song are crazy. So let's talk about that. The City Girls, if you don't know who the City Girls are by now, Carisha and JT, Young Miami, whatever you want to call her. I don't know what she's going by now. She might just go by Carisha. They're legends. I'm sorry, they're legends. They're Miami legends. I tried to fight it. I did. I was like, what the hell? Where the hell did these girls come from with these cheap-ass World Star hip-hop videos? I don't want to hear this shit. But they released their mixtape, Period, in May, and the shit is pretty good. I'm sorry. They're fucking legends. I stand both of them. Free JT. And they got their shot on this song, and now they're about to blow because this is the biggest song in the country. But the reason why I really, really love this song is because of the Magnolia Shorty Smoking Gun sample. A lot of people don't know who Magnolia Shorty is. Well, she's the queen of bounce. She was murdered in 2010 and she had a song called The Smoking Gun, and I can't help but feel like if she was here right now in this moment, she would be a star. And she was, I think, one of the first ladies of Cash Money. So she is Cash Money family at the end of the day, and that song Smoking Gun was fire then and it's fire now, and to see it get sampled on now the biggest song in the country is an amazing thing. It's just a combination of so many songs and flows and shit that makes you feel good that it's just like one of the best songs on the album. That's definitely my number 4 is In My Feelings. Y'all about to ruin it because it don't even feel the same when I hear it, but it was really good and I can't deny its impact. So number 4 is In My Feelings. Number 3 is March 14th. Now, this song ranks to me in the Drake story discography. A lot of people are like, well, how can you rank, you know, all these songs and this is new and Drake's have so much music. Drake has had music where he's made good music, where he's had great verses, and he's also had songs where he told his story. And this song is a big chapter in the Drake story because this is the first time where he talks to his son via music. And he just tells the story just straight up. No ego, no nothing, just gives it raw. Yesterday morning was crazy. I had to come to terms with the fact that it's not a maybe. That shit is in stone, sealed and signed. She's not my lover like Billie Jean, but the kid is mine. Sandy used to tell me all it takes is one time, and all it took was one time. Shit, we only met 2 times. And both times were nothing like the new times. Now it's rough times. I'm out here on front lines just trying to make sure that I see him sometimes. It's breaking my spirit. Single father, I hate when I hear it. I used to challenge my parents on every album. Now I'm embarrassed to tell them I ended up as a co-parent. When you ask for the story, and that's just as raw as it gets, he tells it straight up. I'm glad that he addressed the fact that he's been challenging his parents all his career, like on songs like Look What You've Done, where he's talking about his dad not being there. He's like, boo-hoo, sad story, Black American dad story, because his dad couldn't come to Canada to visit him because of unpaid child support. You know what I mean? And he's like, damn, I thought I could break the cycle, but now look at me in the fucking cycle. I think a lot of people of color deal with their own fucked up circumstances in one way or another with the broken home, and they say, no, when I have kids, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna fix it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fix everything that happened to me, I'm gonna fix it. And when you don't, you have to really go, fuck, I had one job. You know what I mean? Like, all the pain that he felt as that kid, he now has to address and be like, Adonis, I didn't want this for you and I don't want this for you. And that's why he says, I don't want you to worry about whose house you live at or who loves you more or who's not there, who did what to who for you got here. Now look, I'm too proud to let that come between me and you now. Realize I gotta think for 2 now. I gotta make it. I better make it. I promise if I'm not dead, then I'm dedicated. This song is beautiful. I honestly, on some real shit, was touched when I heard this. I think that a lot of men that have complicated relationships with their fathers have made a bunch of promises to their sons already in their heart and in their minds before their sons even got here that they plan to fulfill, to fix it. You know what I mean? You just feel like, when I have mine, I'm gonna fix it. When I have mine, I'm gonna fix it. And I truly believe that even though, you know, maybe he hasn't seen him as much, or him and Sophie aren't getting along, that Drake is going to do the right thing to fix it. And it probably has nothing to do with Adonis. It more so has to do with his own pain. That he just needs to be a good dad to feel fulfilled for himself. So March 14th, to me, is an amazing love letter to his child. And I hope that him and Sophie get it together so that way, you know, Drake and his kid could have a great relationship. Because I can tell he wants it. He needs it. I feel like this list is starting to get narrowed, that y'all are probably like, you know what the top 2 are gonna be. So what do you think number 2 is gonna be? Think about it before I say it. Alright, number 2 is 8 of 10, produced by Jahan Sweet, Boy Wonder, and Obi. 8 of 10 is a rap record. 8 of 10 is that beat that comes in and I'm like, woo! It just starts. Too rich for who? Y'all just got rich again. Who drips the mic and likes to kill their friends? Too rich for who? Y'all just got rich again. Kanye just got out of bankruptcy. Who grips the mic and likes to kill their friends? Kanye is a rapper who's now publicly gone against Drake, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Like, he's talking about, yeah, I've never been the type to make amends. If shit was at an 8, we like to. I think that this song was about, like, I really want to take it there. I want to tell the world the story of when my dingling was in and around Kim Kardashian's mouth, and he just knows that because Jay Prince was called that he can't, but he's been subtly drawing it on this album the whole time. That's why he says, end of the day, your sister is plus and play, your trainer is plus and play, your wifey. That extended your wifey is not an accident. I gotta breathe real deep when I catch an attitude. I got a whole nother level I could tap into. Max said they only bless when they attach to you. The only dead beats is whatever beats I've been rapping to. Yeah! That man is rapping, but then after he says, like, I get hot-headed, which I believe, because Scorpios do get hot-headed, but Drake also said on Dumpy, keep getting temperature checks, you know that my head overheats. Like, he gets real angry, but then he calms himself down and says, never a matter of could I or should I kiss my son on the forehead and kiss your ass goodbye. As luck would have it, I settled into my role as the good guy. I guess luck is on your side. And on the second bridge, he switches my son with my mom, which is basically like, I know I can't do this. I just have to buckle down, get back in my bag, and make my money. I can't take it to a 10. I know it's at an 8, but I cannot take it to a 10. Even though he wants it to be to a 10, so he's just like, focus on the things and why I do this, for my son and for my mom. But Drake, you're still the good guy. I mean, like, you're never gonna be the bad guy, Chun-Li. But for those 2 weeks, I guess when he recorded a lot of this stuff, he was the bad guy. I've definitely played this song every day, multiple times a day, since this got released. The only thing I hate about this song is that Plies outro, which I didn't know was Plies until I just looked it up on Genius. I thought it was like that old man in Family Guy that says popsicles. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? I hate that. But other than that, this song is amazing. This is one of the best songs on the album. But of course, you know, we got to get to number 1. The number 1 song on Scorpion is Emotionless, produced by 40, No ID, and 25th Hour. And you knew it was gonna be Emotionless, because you agree. Emotionless was the song when Scorpion came out when everyone was like, oh wow, oh wow. The beat is crazy. That first bass just, the bass on the song is so loud. You could feel his anger. Don't link me. Don't hit me when you hear this and tell me your favorite song. Don't tell me how you knew it would be like this all along. I know the truth is you won't love me until I'm gone, and even after that, the thing that comes after is moving on. You're not gonna love me till I'm gone, and then by then you'll be getting over me. So it is what it is. Like, he's on one. I can't even capture the feeling I had at first. Meeting all my heroes is like seeing how magic works. The people I look up to are going from bad to worse. They're acting out of character even when they rehearse. That's Kanye, man. I think that's Kanye. Iconic duels written split at the seams. Watch the throne. Good-hearted people are taking it to extremes. Leaving me in limbo to question what I believe. Leaving me to ask what's their motive in making peace. Leaving me not to trust anybody that I meet. Leaving me to ask, is there anybody like me? And then Mariah Carey just comes in, which Stefan actually told me that that's Mariah Carey's unplugged version of Emotionless. I did not know that it was unplugged. I just know that Emotions is a top 5 Mariah Carey song, no debate. And there's just so much here. I feel like I could go over this whole song. I feel like I could go over the whole thing, but I'm not going to, because there's no point, because there's no bars off. He's just talking, and you've heard it. There's no questions to ask. Missing out on my years. There's time where I wish I was where I was back when I used to wish I was here. Missing out on my days, scrolling through life and fishing for praise. Opinions from total strangers take me out of my ways. Like, he's honest. Hearing that good shit on the internet makes him feel good. It does. It makes him feel good, and when he heard bad shit, it made him feel bad. Emotionless is the best song in the album. sorry. That's the number one. It is phenomenal. Look at the way we live. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. From empty souls who just wake up and look to debate until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate. Drake's choices were Drake's choices. Who he chose to deal with, you know black people are gonna have something to say about Adonis being white, because Drake is half white, the mom is white, the baby's white. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to unpack as to what Adonis would get for being who he is. And those are Drake's choices, not Adonis's choices. So I can see why maybe he would have been more secretive about Adonis. I don't think that he was trying to hide Adonis, because that's not Drake's brand. Drake don't hide anything. He just spilled it all out on the album, so clearly he's not trying to hide anything. But I think he was being protective for Adonis to see, because he's gonna grow up and he's gonna see everything that has happened. So let's talk about the album in full, just in general. This album is long, but in that album, it helps you answer the question, what do you listen to music for? And what do you listen to Drake's music for? I like introspective rap. That's my thing. That's why Drake is my favorite rapper. I'm gonna say that. I can say that. That's why Drake is my favorite rapper. Because I like introspective tracks, they're in my top. But if you like party tracks, they're there. Mob Ties is right there. Blue Tint is right there. In My Feelings is right there. But if you like slow tracks, Jaded is right there. Peak is right there. Like, there's so much there for whatever you like from Drake. And I don't think, personally, that the double album was a problem. Yes, a lot of it was changed after the beef, but he had a lot of shit to add. And Kanye scrapped his album 2 weeks before it came out, and it was Booty Cheeks. Drake gave us a great album in a month after the beef. So it's like, I don't understand what anyone is complaining about. Are there songs that could have been scrapped? Sure. That's how I feel about Scorpion. I feel like Scorpion is great. So anyone's talking about Scorpion is trash, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, and you shouldn't want to hear that shit either. You let me know, what's your top 11 from Scorpion? If this was a 14-track album, you already got God's Plan Nice for What, and I'm upset. 11 more makes it a full album, a single album. I just gave you my album. I feel like my album would go crazy, but you let me know what your Scorpion is. And as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. From a rap standpoint, the new classic was not a classic. Was it a new classic? Was it an old classic? It was actually no form of a classic.